A little bit goes a long way. So you just do a couple and then you and then like you're good to go. And either you let your hair dry naturally or you blow dry your hair. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video. We are doing the Sephora Spring Sale recommendations. So these are all my clean beauty recommendations for the Sephora Spring Sale 2022. And I'm first of all jazzed that we're already here. Like this just gives me, there's like certain sales, Nordstrom sales, Sephora sales that like make me feel like a new season is beginning and it puts me in such a good mood. I'm obsessed. So I just kind of, this is gonna be a long video because I have a lot of recommendations. So I kind of just want to jump in and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my clean beauty Sephora sale recommendations. All right, you guys, let's get into it. So I'm gonna kind of just grab and go and kind of try and do this in order, but also like, I just feel like this is gonna be a very chaotic video, which I feel like a lot of the time my videos are. If you're new here, hi, I tend to ramble. I am a rambler for sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of just grab by category and see if it works. I'm not in the middle of the frame. And see if it works. I feel like I'm still not in the middle of the frame. That's okay, my hair looks crazy. Okay, let's get into it. First things first, I want to talk about eyebrows. So the Rose Ink eyebrow gel in clear is so freaking good. I use it all the time. Truly my obsession of life. Look at that. It looks a little bit white, and when you apply it, if you have really dark brows, I will say just like make sure it's not like it like applies too much white product or anything like that. Like it goes on clear, but sometimes you get a little couple white flecks, but it's really good, really long lasting. Like at the end of the day, I need to like really make sure I'm going over my eyebrows to remove the product because it lasts all day. It is so freaking good. Highly, highly recommend this. Next we have these. These are the Cali Ray Beauty eyeliners. So I just swatched them on the back of my hand for you. And I have the shade Black and Brown, and they are so good. They have more of a matte finish, and they're really good for like winging out a line if you're into that more not liquid line wing, and they blend really nicely. Like they're really easy to smudge out. You can create a really cute smoky eye with them. I really like them. So these are two of the shades. They also have a blue. Really, really good. I'm unbelievably impressed with Cali Ray Beauty eye products specifically. These are really, I mean, just worth the money. You will not regret it. Very, very good. Next, let's move on to mascaras. So I have a couple of recommendations just depending on your needs. So first things first. No one's shocked. I'm obsessed with this mascara. And if you're new here, hi, don't be shocked. I'm obsessed with this mascara. This is the Cali Ray Beauty Come Hell or High Water mascara, and she is so good. She is so good. It is so good. It's so long wearing. It's like a tubing waterproof mascara, and it is just like so good. So good. Makes your lashes look gorgeous. The only thing I will say is you have to clean off the wand because a lot of product gets on it. So just like kind of scrape off the excess product and then use it. It's so good. It wears so well throughout the day. I don't really have any flaking. Like I don't have any flaking, running, or anything like that. And it's a tubing mascara, so it's so easy to remove. And that is just something that like I'm obsessed with. Like I can just go like this and then it comes off and there's no problem. I just do that with water in the shower and it's amazing. It is so, so good. Highly recommend checking this out. It's such a good mascara. Okay, next. Ooh, no one's gonna be shocked by this. And well, maybe you will, because if you're new here. The Ilia mascara. So this is the Ilia Limitless mascara. This has been my obsession of life for so long. This comes with a plastic wand, and what I like about this mascara is it's very versatile. So I can wear it during the day and have a little bit more of a subtle lash. Not that you need a subtle lash during the day. Whatever you like is great. But like when I want something a little bit more subtle, a little bit more less va-va-voom, this is really good, but I can build it up, and that's what I love about this. This is such a good transitional mascara. It also is really good throughout, like it doesn't clump because of the wand. It's just a really good mascara. I'm obsessed with this, and I don't really have any crumbling, any running. I get a little bit of running right here on the ends, but that's normal for me for any mascara, just because I have really weepy-ish, not weepy, but like my eyes run. This is so good. I'm obsessed with this. I mean, I've mentioned it since I've tried it, and it's been years, and I'm still obsessed with it. Next we have this one, and I wanted to mention this one, the Merit Beauty mascara, because I went to go check before this video. It's back in stock, and it was sold out for so long, and it's back in stock. So If you have been curious about this mascara, run. This is so, so good. It doesn't flake, it doesn't run. It wears well with a bunch of different concealers, eye creams, all of that. It gives you a really pretty lash. And although the wand is very basic looking, it is so good. I love the way that it makes my lashes look. Like, love, obsessed with this. This is a very, very good mascara. And it's really easy to remove too. It's so good. I highly recommend checking this out. Okay, next let's move on to complexion products. Okay, the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. The shade I wear in this is the shade 290, and that's because of you guys. I did my review and it took me so long to find a shade, you guys. It was the same complaint I have with all brands is nothing is accurate. I feel like in the swatching or even in the people that they say like depict the person that would wear it, it just doesn't, the energies never match for me. So I always have the hardest time. I either go way too dark or way too light, or way too orange or something. And I had that issue with this where I went a lot lighter than I needed, but this is really good. And this is such a good shade match. I'm wearing it on my face today. And as you can see, we got dew. And I've been wearing this for hours. I'm also in studio lights. It looks really good. Like, this has been about 3-4 hours that I've been wearing this. And I feel like my skin looks so good, so plumped up. And if you've been curious about the NARS new not mascara, girl, the new foundation, the light reflecting one, this is a really nice alternative to that. I wore them side by side. I feel like they have the energies match like crazy. They're so good. You get like the same really pretty like dewy look to the skin, and you can get like, I mean, just look at that. Oh, it's just so good. I'm obsessed with this. It's so good. I highly recommend. Okay, then next. So we have the Tower 28. I have a ton of skin tints, but this one specifically, the Tower 28 tinted sunscreen is so good. I have 2 shades in this. I have the shade 40 Runyon, and then I have the shade 45 Silver Lake. Also, if everything's gonna be linked down below, so if I don't mention a shade, everything will be, all the shades and everything will be mentioned. This is really good. I like the way that this wears. I like the way that it makes my skin look. I like the way that it can be kind of, it's like a really good daytime, but also can be worn into nighttime type of product. And because we're moving into warmer months, way more sun, stuff like this is really good. So this is an SPF of 30. The Kosas is an SPF of 25. You should wear sunscreen regardless underneath. Sunscreen is so important for aging well, but also just other things. Sunscreen is really important. And this is really, really good. I like this a lot. And I feel like products like this are so good to just have in your bag as like an arsenal of like what you need for summertime. It's lightweight, it's liquidy, but it gives you like even complexion coverage. It's really, really good. I'm obsessed with this. Okay, next, let's move on to concealers. So first things first, the Merit Beauty, no one's shocked by this. Maybe you're shocked by this. I'm obsessed with this. The Merit Beauty Foundation Concealer Stick. I'm obsessed with this for spot concealing. Like, this is so good at hiding hyperpigmentation. This is also so good at like for your under eyes. If you tend to have creasing under your eyes, or you tend to have a lot of running with mascaras, this is so good. So I have this shade Buff, which is my all over the face shade, but then, oh, my dog's making so much noise. And I also have the shade Sand, I believe. I'm gonna link the other shade down below. I should have grabbed it, but I didn't. Way too many products in front of me here. I was like, let's not bring too much, but this is so, so good. I mean, it's just such a good product. And you can wear it all over the face. I don't prefer this all over the face. I really like this for spot concealing. And I feel like because of how much product you get, this is better for concealing because you really don't get that much product. But a little bit of this goes a long way for concealing, and you would have this for a long time as like a spot concealer. Really good. Okay, next I have 2 concealers for under the eyes that I have been literally obsessed with. And so we need to talk about them first. The LYS Beauty Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. Now for me, I feel like this is more of a medium plus. I have very, very dark under eyes, so this is more of a medium plus, not full coverage. I mean, I can get full coverage, but like for like the way I like to apply is like a little bit of a dot, and then blend it out. I feel like it gives me a little bit more than medium coverage, but not full coverage. If I kind of apply more, I can definitely get there, but this is really good. It's so lightweight. In my review of this, I said this, but I'm gonna say it again. This is definitely something that I feel like has been lacking in the marketplace for a while. A lightweight, medium plus to full coverage concealer with a really good shade range that like gives everyone, I feel like everyone will be able to find a shade match in this one. because they have so many shades. I feel like it's like 22 shades, 25 shades, something like that. So good. And it just, the way that it wears is so unique, and it's so thin. It is so thin. It's so good. You can wear this alone. You can wear this with foundation. It's just unbelievable. I hope you can't hear that plane. You probably can. Great, wonderful. But it's just so good. I'm obsessed with it. And then next, this one, the Rose Ink concealer. I wear the shade LX. Oh, I didn't tell you the shade I wear in this one. In the LYS Beauty concealer, I wear the shade MM5. It's a really good shade. I'm actually wearing it under my eyes today. Obsessed with it. And then next, we have the Rose Ink concealer in the shade LX100 for me. This is so good. This one is also really impressive because it's more of a whipped formula. But like when you apply it, you can blend it out right away or let it sit, whatever. And if you're wearing foundation or not, it blends out seamlessly. It is so good. Another concealer that's really good, if you're not interested in either of these, is the Ilia concealer. In that one, I wear the shade Chai. I'm obsessed with that one too. But these ones, the Rose Ink concealer and the LYS Beauty concealer, I have been wearing the most as of late. So those are my top recommendations. But the Ilia one is incredible too. Okay, next we have something that's a huge category. Whoa. This might be too many. No, it's not. You know what? There's never too many. So we're going to be focusing right now on like cream and liquid blushes because my favorite powder blushes are not at Sephora, sadly. But we're going to be going through a ton of blushes. So let's get into it, you guys. This is going to be a long one. Grab yourself a snack. So I have the blushes from Rose Ink, and I have two shades. I have the shade Azalea and I have the shade Foxglove. Obsessed. Obsessed. They are the most long lasting. They are so good. So you can see there, just gorge. So I'm going to swatch. Foxglove is my current obsession of life. It's just so pretty. So just swatch Foxglove and swatch Azalea. And the way I like to apply these is put them on the back of my hand. And then, so Foxglove is this one here. And then we have Azalea. Gorgeous. They're so long wearing, so long. Like they have like more of a whipped formula. I don't know. They're just so good. I'm genuinely so obsessed with them, and I highly recommend them. I mean, look, just the most beautiful shades. So obsessed with those, really long wearing, and I feel like they're a little bit more on the expensive side, so definitely worth getting in the sale. Okay, next. All right, let's do this one. So this is the LYS Beauty. They just came out with new shades. This is the LYS Beauty blush in the shade Confident, and like this shade, you guys, is just so good. So let me just swatch that. It's just such a pretty shade. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed with blush. It's just so good. I'm obsessed. It's just gorge. Just so pretty, so long wearing. Like the pigmentation is unbelievable. And again, they came out with new shades. Definitely worth checking out. I feel like they have like such a good range for so many different complexions. I'm really obsessed with these. Okay, next. Ooh, this, I have to mention this. The Tower 28 cream blushes. I actually have two shades. I didn't grab the second one, but this one specifically is my current obsession. And this is the shade. What is the shade? Magic Hour? Yeah, Magic Hour. And it is just the prettiest light pink. And it just gives you the most gorgeous flush, and it's so long wearing. Like I have this still on by the end of the day. All of these blushes I've mentioned so far, actually all of these blushes I'm mentioning I have on by the end of the day. And I usually all of these apply to the back of my hand, take a little bit of a brush and apply it. I don't love to apply blush always with my fingers. I just feel like it's not always the vibe. And sometimes I'll set the top with powder, sometimes I won't. It really depends on the day, but these are really good. I'm obsessed with these, and the pigmentation, it's so good. Okay, next. Ooh, next. Okay. So this is the Ilia blush, and this is in the shade Ladybird. I really like the Ilia multi-sticks. They are just so freaking good. This is just such a gorgeous shade. It's such a good neutral pinky tone. And I think if you're a person that's kind of afraid of blush, or you're afraid of color a little bit, because it's a little bit more, it's like too pink or too whatever, these are really nice because they have nice subtle shades. I mean, just, oh, they're so good. And this is really, if you want to see this in action, watch my clean girl makeup look, because I used that in that video, this in that video. And if you're curious about what this one looks like on video, I applied this one in my recent, what was it, my updated makeup look video. This is really good. I've also used the Rose Ink one in a video, but I can't remember what it was. So good. Okay, next. You guys, so good. So these are the Say Beauty blushes. They just came out with new ones, so I want to make sure I'm mentioning these because I am obsessed with these blushes. They are so good. So I have I just ordered the 2 new ones, and I actually think they're gonna get delivered in the next couple days. But I'm gonna swatch all these for you. My favorite shade is this one, which is the shade Rosy, because right now I'm just in a really rosy place, okay? I'm just in the rosiest of places. So that is the shade Rosy. It's just a really pretty pink. I also have the shade Peachy, and this is really good. Very much more on the subtle side for my complexion, but it is really, really pretty. And I can get a really nice look with it. I also can mix all of these together and get like a custom shade, which is what I love. And then we have the shade Dreamy, and this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this shade for fall. Okay, so that is the shade Dreamy. Gorge. And then we have this shade, which is the shade Poppy, and she is bright. She is, if you are the type of person that likes the brightest color blush, then you are going to be obsessed with this one. Let me swatch it here, down here for you guys, so you can actually see what is going on. I'm going to do an up close of all of these afterwards. It's just gorgeous, just such a pretty shade. I'm just like genuinely unmatched, just so pretty. So then next I have this one, and this one I'm mentioning because I'm really impressed with this formula, and this is for someone who, if you want blush, you want something that's pigmented, but you also want something that's almost dummy proof for when you over apply and then you need to course correct quickly without applying a ton of product on top or powder or whatever. This is a really good one. So this is the Milk Makeup. What is this? Bionic blush. I'm obsessed with this one. It's so good. And the color. I got the pink one. What is this shade? Infinity. And you guys, the pigmentation. She's so pigmented, but like she doesn't, it's not like bad. I don't know how to explain it. It's like pigmented, but it's like, and it's bright, but it's not so bright that it's scary. I don't know. It's gorgeous. So these are the blushes. All gorgeous, all just like so, so good. Okay, that was too long. Talk too long about blushes. Sometimes there's such thing as too many blushes. That's okay. So the next I kind of want to talk about powders really quick. So I have the Kosas Cloud Set Powder, and then I also have the Say Beauty. What is this? The Just Their Translucent Air Set Powder. And I have the shade Medium in this, and I have the shade Cushiony here, and then I also have the shade Pillowy. These are really, really good powders. This one is a loose powder though, and this one is a packed powder. So it depends on your preference. This one also has a little bit more of a radiant look to it, luminous radiant look. And this kind of just kind of lets your oils, it like sets your face, but it still lets you look dewy and luminous and all of that. Whereas this has a little bit of luminosity to them. I really, really like them. This one I wear more for every day, but this one I'll throw on for every day too. But this is kind of more of it's an everyday but not necessarily everyday grab. This is an everyday grab for me. Both of these are really, really good and definitely worth the money. I'm very impressed with these powders, and I feel like specifically the Kosas one for like too much oil or pore here, like it just makes them disappear. It's really good. Okay, next we have bronzers. So I have 2 bronzers three bronzers I want to mention, and they all kind of do something different for different needs. No one's shocked by this. The Ilia bronzer, I've already hit pan on it. As you can see, it's so depressing. I have the shade Novelty in this. It's so good. I'm wearing it on my face today. It's such a good bronzer. It applies seamlessly. It melts into the skin. This is really, really good, and I'm obsessed with this powder. I actually have more than one powder because I also want to mention the LYS Beauty one because the shade range here is so good. They just expanded the shade range. I am a huge fan of their powders. Also melts into the skin. The shade I wear in this is the shade Courage. So, so good. Both matte bronzers. The shade ranges are different. This one is more expansive, but they're all so good. Obsessed. Okay, next. Here we go. We have a cream one. So this is the Sun Melt from Say Beauty, and I have the shade Medium Bronze. Really, really good. I'm just obsessed with this. I just dab a little brush in here and then apply it all over my face. Sometimes I'll also smear it out and then apply it to the back of my hand and then apply it with a brush or a beauty sponge. Really good. It's seamless. It's pretty. And if you want an alternative to the Chanel cream bronzer that people are obsessed with that don't really, I know they just expanded their range a little bit, but they have, this is a good, like, alternative, and I do believe they have more shade options, so really good. Okay, next we have this. I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with this bronzer. This is the Milk Makeup Bionic Bronzer in the shade Shape Shift Cheese, and this is, I'm gonna apply it right here so that you guys can see. A really pretty, it's at the top of my hand here. It's just such a pretty bronze color. I also use this in my everyday makeup routine. If you want to see that, I think that it's might be my second to most recent one, and it's just so good. It applies so gorgeously. I like to apply this with a sponge, and just apply it to the back of my hand, dip in with a sponge, and then apply it. It's just so freaking good, you guys. It gives just the most gorgeous glow to the face, and it lasts really long. It's really, really pretty. It's just, I'm very impressed with this. And the Milk Makeup, I also have their highlighter. The highlight isn't my favorite highlight. It's a good highlight, but this one is, the blush and the bronzer are really, really good. Okay, next, you know what, I mentioned highlighter, so let's talk highlighter. This is the LYS Beauty highlighter, their liquid one. I also have their powder, but I like their liquid one better. They're both gorgeous though. This is such a good product, and this is a really good everyday highlighter, but you can also build it up. It's very liquidy. I have the shade Brave in this. It is very liquidy. Ooh, it's very, very liquidy. So that's also something that, like, you can have a lot that comes out on your hand. It's just such a pretty shade. This is really good to mix also into your foundations, wear underneath foundations. It gives you, like, it's a nice base as well. I'm a really big fan of this. So, okay, next I want to talk about eyeshadow. So I only have one eyeshadow palette that I want to recommend. This is the Sephora Clean, their Bounce eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade Monarch, or the Monarch palette. This is so good. It's so good. It's so easy to apply. You just apply it with your fingers. You can also apply it with a brush. I prefer fingers with this. It is definitely a product that's slept on. It is not mentioned enough, and so I'm mentioning it. This is such a good product. It is not expensive. It is worth the money. You will not be unhappy with this. Like, this is so good, and the shades are gorgeous. They last super long. I like to wear them with a primer or a powder underneath, but also I can wear them without that and be happy. Really, really good. Okay, next we have a couple lip products, and we're moving on to the rest of it. The Tower 28 lip gloss. I have the shade Almond. I'm ordering, and I also have the shade Clear, but I'm gonna order another shade. Let me just apply this. It's not really working with my more neutrally lip color, but that's okay. It's just so gorgeous, so shiny. Gives you, like, such juicy looking lips. It is hydrating. These are really, really good. I highly recommend it, and their shades are gorgeous. This shade Almond is, I mean, look how pretty. Obsessed. It's so good. Then next I have lipstick, and I just want to say my favorite lipstick, like, obsession of life, is from Kosas, but theirs is exclusive to the Kosas. The one I'm obsessed with is exclusive to the Kosas website, and that's the shade Vegas. It's like the most beautiful nudie obsession of life. But this lipstick is so freaking good. So this is the New Merit Beauty, what are they called? The signature lip products, and I have the shade L'Avenue, but I'm gonna get another one because I'm obsessed with these. So pretty. Swatch here for you guys. Just such a pretty shade, and you can, like, dab it out and get, like, the perfect bitten lip look. You can also, they have, like, more neutral shades, more pinky neutral shades, more brown neutral shades. Gorge. Really comfortable to wear, and just give you, like, such a pretty, like, you can do a stain, or you can do, like, a more pillowy looking lip. Obsessed with these. They're really, really good. Okay, next we're moving on to hair, skincare tools. Those are gonna be really quick. First things first. Olaplex 3. Now, I know there was just that whole controversy that literally just happened, where everyone was saying that there's an ingredient in it that isn't in it, that used to be in it, but no longer is in it. That goes to show you, don't believe everything you read, because it turned into a whole thing. They had to release a statement. I really like Olaplex 3. It is what gets my hair the shine that it has. Not right now. I know I'm looking like a ragamuffin, you guys. It's been tough. I've been having, like, a tough time, like, getting up and, like, really, like, motivatingly doing my hair, because I've just been in such a lazy vibe right now. Anyone else? But Olaplex 3 is so good. Gives me shine. Helps, like, with my ends. Helps my hair grow really long, or keep my hair looking good while it's growing long. Obsessed. I mean, I've mentioned this 1,000 times. I'm obsessed with it, and definitely worth checking out. So this is the big size, and I do believe that they have the big size in stock. So also, if you're like, oh, I use this all the time and I run out of it, and I don't want to keep running out of it as quickly, get the big size. Definitely worth it. Okay, next. Ooh. Next I have this. So I'm a big proponent or advocate for using scalp stuff. Keeping your hair healthy, keeping your scalp healthy is really important for making your hair look really good. And this is really good. So this is from the brand Reverie. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this is their cake. So this is their restorative scalp tonic. And I'm really, really, really like this stuff. I've been using this for years, and they actually used to have a different packaging, but this is their newer packaging. So if you've used this before and you're like, girl, what? No, this is their new packaging. It's slimmer, but this is really, really good. It's like a little dropper, and a little bit comes out, and you just drop it around your hair and then massage it into your scalp, brush your hair and blow dry your hair or whatever. It doesn't make your hair look greasy because it is more of a serum-y style tonic. It's very, very liquid, and it's not greasy or anything, and it just gives you, like, especially if you're trying to grow in bald patches or like grow in your like baby hairs in the front or whatever it is, this is really, really good. And it has definitely helped me grow my hair in areas where I feel like I'm not like thinning, but you know when you pull your hair back and then all of a sudden you're like, girl, what happened to my edges? They're gone. Like the front of your hair is just removed. This is really, really good. I like this a lot, and I feel like it's gotten my hair into a really healthy place. There's a ton of serums out there that you can use for your scalp. You don't have to grab this one, but this one's really good. I enjoy it a lot, and I'm mentioning this because this is a little bit more on the pricey side, so it's definitely worth getting in the sale. But there's a ton that are out there, but I think it is important, regardless of what serum you're using for your hair, to use something on your scalp to keep your hair that's growing out healthy, but also it just can help make your hair feel and look thicker and eventually be thicker. Really, really good. Okay, so the next, I only have the tiny one of this, but now that since I've had the tiny one, I'm getting the full size and I'm obsessed with it, so I wanted to mention it. This is the JVN Complete Nourishing Shine Drops, and these are so freaking good. So I apply these to my hair when it's wet, but I also will apply it to my hair when it's dry and I feel like it needs a little something. When my ends are looking a little ragamuffin-y, worse for wear, girl needs a trim, a little dusting, whatever it is, this is so good, and it smells incredible. And I feel like it's more of a dry oil, which I like, and so when I apply it, it just absorbs right in. I don't use a lot of hair oils. I used to use a lot, but I noticed like such a difference when I stopped using them in my hair, and I feel like my hair was happier when I wasn't using them. But this one, you guys, I'm obsessed with it, and a little bit goes a long way. So you just do a couple, and then you, and then like you're good to go. And either you let your hair dry naturally, or you blow dry your hair, or you put it in your hair when it is dry, and then you just kind of smooth it out, and it just absorbs right in. And it's so good. No greasiness with this. Amazing. Okay, next. Oh my gosh, my allergies all of a sudden start kicking in. Jeez. Okay, next we're gonna be moving on to. Let's move on to skin, and then we're going to do tools really quick. I only have a few tools, and then we're done for the day, you guys. All right, first I have to mention this because it's so good, and I feel like it's back in stock. I think I looked the other day, and it was back in stock. The Edam Marvel Dark Spot Serum. So I did my skincare routine before this video goes up, so I'm gonna have mentioned this. I am freaking obsessed with this, and this helps me so much with my hyperpigmentation. This is literally, I don't know what absolute hocus pocus is in this, but it is so freaking good, and it is worth the money. I apply it day and night, and it just absorbs right in, and I can go on with the rest of my day, go on with the rest of my makeup, whatever it is. It is so good. It helps so, like, my hyperpigmentation started going away. Like, it felt like almost immediately, like a week in, I was like, whoa, what is going on? There's been such a change. And just to show you how much I love it, I have 2 empties, and then I have this. I just bought this and I'm so excited. This is really, really good. Like, genuinely so good. And it just gets rid of hyperpigmentation. And if you've been struggling with your hyperpigmentation and you're not sure what to do, the Edam stuff is really good. Highly recommend. Like, run. And if you can't get it at Sephora, you can get it on their website. Definitely worth the money. Okay, next I want to talk about AHAs. So I have 2 that I really, really like. I have the, or like acids. I have the Ole Hendrickson Dew Drops. I'm obsessed with this. Like, so good. Wear it at night. Put a face cream or face oil on top if I want to, but not always. And it is just really, really good at evening my complexion, helping with pores and like clogged pores, keeping my skin looking really dewy, plumped up and helping with hyperpigmentation and cell turnover. And the same thing with this. This is the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. I've had this one longer than I've had this one. I think they're both incredible. I think having an AHA in your stuff is really, really important. And I really like a serum because I can just wear it at night and then just be on my way and wake up in the morning and be feeling so much better about my skin, especially if I'm having dryness on my hyperpigmentation or like an acne mark that has dryness, or even the mosquito bite that I just had, so weird, on my face that had some dryness on it from like me scratching it. This was really good. I'm obsessed with these. Like, they're so good. Next, I want to talk this. So this is the Caudalie Detox Mask. This is such a good face mask, and I have been purchasing this for years. I will continue to purchase it. I also love their detox oil, but I do not believe it's in stock at Sephora. But if it is, I will link it down below. But this is so good. It helps so much with breakouts and acne and controlling oil and blackheads and all of that. But it's also so easy to remove, and you don't have to scrub at your skin. And that is really rare for a clay mask. So this is really good. You need to freaking try it out. Run, get this. And this is the old packaging. They have a new packaging now. It's like a darker thing. It's really good. Okay, next. Deodorant. Okay, so this is the Cosa Sport deodorant. I have the scented one, but they also have an unscented one. It is a very clean scent. It's a roller ball. You see, it's a roller ball, and it just is so good. I'm obsessed with this. Like, I've mentioned this before, I'll mention it again. I'm a smelly sweater, and I am the type of person that sweats at night. It could be 40 degrees. It could be 30 degrees. It could be negative 15 degrees. I will somehow sweat at night. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how I'm that sweaty at night, but nighttime is really like my sweaty time. And this is really good because I will apply it at night. I don't have to worry about waking up extra smelly or anything like that. And it helps with dark underarms if you have that, ingrown hairs because it says AHA. I know I know that Necessaire just came out with one that is similar to this. I haven't tried that one out. I am going to be doing like a compare and contrast, like a versus who's the best one, because I'm very intrigued by that one as well. I love an AHA like always, forever, and this is so good. Highly recommend checking this out. Okay, next we're hitting tools and then we're done, you guys. Here, this this is a straightener, and this is the best straightener I've ever used. It is so freaking good. It makes my hair so shiny and keeps it healthy somehow. This is the GHD Platinum Plus. Now, this is an expensive straightener, so it's definitely worth getting in like this sale or the Nordstrom sale. Really, really freaking good. In general, I feel like GHD products are unmatched, and although like you can get a Dyson or whatever, I love a Dyson. Highly recommend checking out a Dyson blow dryer as well because I really like it. But this, specifically this straightener, is so good. I can curl my hair with it, I can straighten my hair with it, and I don't feel like I'm getting extra breakage. It kind of controls the temp. It makes sure it's like the right, it's really good. And it can only go to a certain degree. So you can it still gets really hot. It still gives me the amount I need to straighten my hair, but it's controlled. It's so good. It also auto shuts off. So if you leave it on, shuts off after 30 minutes. It is so good. I'm obsessed with GHD products. I also have a curling one from them. I'm obsessed. Really, really good. And then lastly, we're here, you guys. We made it. The Sephora Pro brushes are unmatched. They are so freaking good, and they are definitely on the more expensive side. So I think each of these brushes is each $30. But in the sale, you can get a nice deal. So this is the 59. I love this for bronzer. And if you have a small face like me, this is really good for applying bronzer without it being like too over the face and pinpointing it, but it's still like giving you a bronze look without it like going too far down, if that makes sense, or you having to pinch the brush, which is nice. Then next, these are their blush brushes. I have all three. I have 96, which is really good, and I love this for dipping into blush and then kind of pinpointing. Incredible. This is the 99. This is also really good for just kind of pinpointing, more apple of the cheek, higher up. So good. And then this one, which is my obsession of life, which is their slanted one, and this is the 93 brush. And this is I use this one today, and I just apply my blush, bring it a little bit further front because I like my brush higher up and then further front. I don't like only high up or only far down. I kind of like a whole thing. And this is so good. I'm obsessed with these brushes. They're so soft. They are They have like really good longevity. They wash really well. I don't have like any shedding with these. And I feel like they are worth the money. Of course, they're not the most expensive brushes of all time, but I do feel like when you're buying a bunch of brushes, they are more on the expensive side, and it's definitely worth checking them out. And if I had to go with one blush brush, I would go with this one, specifically for my creams. All of these are kind of used for creams. I don't necessarily use them that much for powder. I have, but I prefer different brushes for powder, which are not available at Sephora, or I would mention them here. But yeah, that is it for my Sephora Clean Beauty like sale recommendation. I would love to know, what are you going to pick up in the sale? What are your thoughts? Please leave them down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.